Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please come up front. I hope I promise we don't bite. Hi, welcome.
Yeah. To understand. A machine. Yeah. All you need to do is just basically start.
Good evening, everyone. We're about to start, so please just come up front, come up front. I promise we do not bite. Good evening, everyone. There's lots of space here, lots of space. Please come. And thank you so much for coming. There's lots of space. There's still lots of space up front. I think we're about almost to start.
Okay.
Thank you all so much for coming. Can you guys hear me? Yes? Wonderful. Gentlemen, you can sit. There's lots of space. And welcome. Thank you all so much for coming. It's wonderful to see so many new faces, and it's also so wonderful to see so many faces that I've seen before. So again, thank you all so much for coming. We're about to start our demo night. And before we kick off, we will ask you to, usually an event like this will say, okay, no more mobiles. But we tell you, bring your mobiles, connect to the network and connect to the Mentimeters, because this is a very interactive, let's say, session, and we want your feedback. We want you to be with us. So please do that. Let's take a few minutes. There's a Wi-Fi city guest. There's a code below, and please use the code. Please use the code. This would be very helpful to us and to everyone that are part of the organization. So I'm just gonna take, this is quiet. Again, that's what's happening when there's mobiles involved. Okay. Do we need a little bit more time?
Yes, please.
Okay. I promise to wait. I hope you guys filled your glasses with some refreshing drinks. And again, thank you also so much by being with us here today. I know it's a lovely weather outside and just amazing to see that so many people actually came in. Do we still need a little bit of time or can we kickstart? Okay, let's kickstart. So Stewart, over to you.
Hello, everybody. First rule of demo night tonight, please don't spill your drinks on the carpet. I get into all sorts of trouble. And I forgot to ask you to stand up and do some stuff. So if you spill the wine and stuff, it's all going to go horribly wrong from the beginning, all right? But welcome. Who has been here before? Very good. Okay. Who's feeling confident to answer a question for me? You, sir. You don't look confident, so I'm going to ask you, okay? Right. Why do we do this? Yeah, you. Right, you. Yeah. It's because you didn't put your hand up the second time. I've got to ask you. It's a principle thing. Okay. Why do we do this? Why do we do the demo night stuff? Do you remember?
Everybody can critique the idea and everybody can improve.
I can see your motivation being here. That's very good. You're going to critique it. Yeah. So the idea here is this is not pitch for awesome. This is somebody makes himself quite vulnerable and stands up here and shows you what they're working on. And then you scary people, she was very scary last time. She asked some really hard questions, right? You scary people then give feedback, criticism, constructive, like a good friend would, and you help them to be better. The really cool thing is when you do that, you're also helping yourself. And you're helping the people to the left of you and helping people to the right of you. And that's what we call an ecosystem. Because when you watch somebody ask a question, you think about the question yourself and you listen to the response and you learn from that too, okay? So what we're building here together is a whole load of people thriving. And some of those thriving people are here tonight. And everybody who's giving a demo tonight has done a demo before and been very successful at it. So now I'm not teeing them up for any sense of failure at all. They're going to come up and do an even better one tonight, all right? Now, do you remember how that clapping thing goes? Have you done that clapping thing before, where you sort of clap and give energy to the other people? Remember, when they come up here, the more amount you give them, they'll give you back tenfold. But if you only give them a little bit, it's only going to come back a little bit, right? So you've got to give them some energy. And I'm going to help you get some of that energy. I'm going to ask you to stand up. And I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself to somebody you don't know in this room, because we're a community. And the point is you're going to connect with some new people tonight. So just take 2 minutes. Stand up. If you want, you can give them a hug. If they want, you can give them a hug. You can give them a fist bump. You can give them a handshake, whatever you want, but just beat somebody you don't know, okay? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up if you can hear me. Hands up if you can hear me. Hands up if you can hear me. Please take a seat. Please take a seat. Please take a seat. All right, fantastic. I can feel your energy from here. It's made it to the stage. It's got to make it to the screen, but it's made it to the stage. Okay. Now, the really cool thing about this week is it's London Tech Week, and hopefully some of you have been to that already. The other really cool thing about this edition is that this is the anniversary of launching Demo Night with City and Base here in London. Okay, so it's great that you're here. We launched in London Tech Week last year. Canopy's been going for a while, about a decade, and we've been doing this all over the world. And I hope it works for you in the way that it works for us. Very excited to have you here. That's why there's balloons outside. We're celebrating that you're all here. That's why there's lots more drinks. We're celebrating you're here. And that's why there's these little cards, which is what have you reflected on from being at multiple demo nights. And if you feel like you want to add to that collection of cards, you'll see them outside. Just write some notes and give them to one of us. And we really appreciate it. Okay. So it's over to Matt and Jana, who are going to run you through. And if you want, If you could give them a round of applause, all right?
Thank you, guys. Okay, so I see there's some new people that came in. Again, I just mentioned that we are this community that love to use gadgets. So please do connect to the Wi-Fi, and then you are with us and you can participate. And again, thank you also so much for coming. So as we mentioned, we're part of community. I'm co-hosting this together with my partner, Matt, and we're really looking forward to be with you all here today. So all that you can touch can change. All that you change changes you. That's a good one, isn't it? And this is essentially what entrepreneurship, business is all about. So why are you here today? Thank you for adding so many thoughts. Startup, learn, apply, to network. Anyways, amazing. And thank you. So the format of this session is as follows. 5 minutes demo by the startup, followed by 5 minutes questions. The first question will always go to the panel. They will present themselves very shortly. And then it will be up to you. So do pick their brains and give some really valuable feedback, please. And we are, of course, the timekeepers. So we will be there. And if the 10 minutes goes over, we will be clapping gently of everyone that will be pitching today. Again, this is a nudge of love. This is not being scary. So before we're going to bring the first demo up, I will ask the panelists to introduce themselves. Mark, over to you. Who are you?
I'm Mark, CTO at Ensor's Accountants in East Anglia. I'm here to support Stu, Jan and Matt deliver a great evening.
Hi, I'm Christina. I am originally an architect, but I've been dabbling in all sorts of startups for the past few years. And I'm one of the Canopy ambassadors, lucky me.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amit, and I'm a entrepreneurship and coaching lecturer here at Bayes Business School. I'm also an entrepreneur myself, and all of my research is around how entrepreneurs recover after going through failure. So I'm here to really support. Not that no one's going to fail, but yeah, I'm here to really support these budding entrepreneurs here. Thank you.
I'm Rachel Sestini. I'm the CFO at Canopy, and I have a couple of businesses of my own, and I'm also coaching a few of other people's startups as well. So yeah, looking forward to a fun night tonight.
And she's investing in some businesses as well. Sorry, Rachel. Rita, come up. Tell us a little bit.
Okay.
Yes, you
Yeah,
can.
thank you.
The floor is yours.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Do you have to get out?
I think so. Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Rita and I'm CEO and co-founder of Pioneering People. To give you a gist of what we do, we've got an exciting video for you today, which I will just press play here. And hopefully it'll work.
This is Sarah. She works for Naked Chips. As she walked in today, she realized it's chaos. Solution? Pioneering People, of course. Sierra, I think you should stop panic scrolling. There we go. 3 minutes. That's all it took to post a job. And here comes Rita, ready to save the day. If only we all had this much excitement for Monday mornings. Look at those skills. Sierra got help, Rita got paid, and I got nothing. Goodbye.
So, if you didn't get the gist of what we do from that, we are like Hinge and Uber had a social good baby for the gig economy. Our ask today is pretty simple. We are asking if anybody here has a business to please post a job on the platform, a gig economy temp job, and give us feedback on your experience. So a little bit more about us and why we're building this. I come from a family of hospitality founders, operators for over 4 generations now, and I met my co-founders through our passion of putting together the intersection of purpose and profit in business. Both of my co-founders are in the sustainability space and have really shown scalability, one of which is Growing Cheeky Panda, which you may have heard of, and the other of Pioneer FM. I've also got a fantastic web developer with me today and a wonderful founders associate. So together we're growing that. So since our launch in January 2024, we have amassed over 5,000 verified pioneers, which are workers, and over 60 businesses. We love to slap on those exciting logos of we've been featured in a couple of mainstream media press outlets and work with everybody from your local cafe to Stu of helping to fly her out for this event, all the way up to John Lewis and fine dining locations like Mr. Chow to connect them to instant, temporary and verified staff. So the product and why we're really here today. What sets pioneering people apart is that we do the matchmaking. We connect companies to instant temporary staff that have the right to work, that have their identities verified and their bank accounts verified. With that, we can pay them on the day that they complete their shift. We also pay them above London living wage and living wage if they're outside of London. So all of that is done for free for the workers. We don't take any fees from them and just a 12% fee for the businesses. So I'm going to jump into the demo now, as I know that we don't have long. I think that's on a different tab. Look at this tech magic. Right, so I've logged in as a destination, which is a company on our platform. And through this, once you get verified, you can either create a job or repost a job. And as many cooking shows, and here's one I made earlier, I put a data annotation role, which is quite popular on our platform. So here you can see the details. I posted the job and I've been matched to several people. I've chosen to hire Cara today, who's in the audience and is our web developer. And she's provided a fantastic profile and a great proposal. Once you press hire, what's interesting here for the business is that you actually have to pay the escrow. And what this really means is that the money is actually put into the account, is held by us, and then released to the pioneer once they've completed the job, making that end-to-end process extremely seamless for both the company and the worker. And we also really highlight our platform fee, which is only 12%. I really want to emphasize, highlight, and be completely transparent about it. So when I pay an escrow, as much as I trust most people in the room, we've got a little test account for safety. And I'll press pay with the link, which is as seamless when it's live, I promise. And it will process that and go through. Our system will then take that cash, hold it, and put it into hired jobs. Here, I can view the details of this, scroll through and give Cara the check-in code, which you can see here. Which I actually think is not this job, Cara, that you're looking for. It's the one that we posted the other day. Got it there? Fantastic. It's happening. It's real. And the number's there. 908. And I'll just refresh the page. So we only get the check-in code, checkout code once they've checked themselves in, and then the checkout code is also magically generated. So while she's typing that in, we've just shown the end-to-end process of how quickly that happens. The quickest we've ever done it has been 3 minutes for a biscuit company needing somebody for hotel services. Stu used it last night and it took 1 hour and 37 minutes from signing up, setting up, posting and getting matched. And then once that's all done, somebody's checked in, checked out, the funds will then be released into the Pioneer's bank account and all done. So I can rate the worker, making sure we stick to our transparency, and we say that Cara was great. That's as much as my nails allow me to type on this keyboard, and she'll hopefully leave me a great rating as well. So that's our demo. We are coming together to really make the gig economy a fair, fast and flexible workspace, and hopefully you can tell us what you think about it. Thank you.
Woo! Super good. So the first question, Rachel, goes to you.
So, I mean, I really love the fact you've actually done a live demo. So well done for that. I guess my question is, when you're saying you match and you verify, what checks are you going through to actually verify the pioneers who sign up with you?
Great question. One which didn't have time for today. I've got given 5 minutes. So what we do is we do their right to work checks. So it checks their ID, picture of their face, documentation. If they don't have a UK or Irish passport, we ask them that. They then send us their other passport, whatever it may be, a share code, and we check that. And we also link to their bank account. So we work with an anti-human trafficking charity that's told us actually the biggest problem in the gig economy is that people that don't have the right to work checks are actually buying licenses of people that do. And then for working illegally, working underage, you might have heard of the 16-year-old Uber driver that actually got harmed and injured. So what we do is do all of those checks, then they get ratings on the platform, they tell us what they can do, and we do the matchmaking. That's what we do.
That's great. It was the whole anti-trafficking thing I was thinking about, as well as obviously
Absolutely.
protecting employers.
That's one of the first things that we thought about, and actually met a fantastic woman who's been running that charity for over 10 years, operates in the US and all over Europe.
Brilliant. Well done.
Thank you.
And then up to you. Any questions from the audience? Okay. Sorry.
That was my question.
That was your question.
Oh,
Like, I didn't realise by pressing enter would show. Lovely to meet you. I think
Lovely to
it's a
meet you.
brilliant business idea. I actually recently started a business, and startup phase, like pre-incorporation, I tried to post jobs on Indeed, like Reed, LinkedIn, and just couldn't. Spent weeks like sending documentation and couldn't send it. So love the flexibility both for the kind of hospitality space, but also I think in the startup space as well. It's great to have that barrier to hiring lowered. My question was, how do you prevent people from, or businesses, from working directly with the people you've sent them, you know, after you've sent them back?
fantastic question. Actually, once we get asked for investors quite a bit, we've had a quite big company, actually a dating company that does live events. Maybe I mentioned the name earlier. I think tried to do that, or actually looked at doing it, but it's so much hassle. You have to deal with invoices, bank account details, etc. That actually a lot of them just say going through the platform is a lot easier and actually a lot cheaper. So what we do is for people, especially that are hiring kind of temporarily or fractionally or just for a week, or it's almost like a try before you buy. You can hire them through the platform, you can use it for a couple of months, go, actually they're wonderful, I'm going to take them on. For us, that's a fantastic case study. You found someone that's so valuable through our platform, you want to take them on, thank you so much, leave us a great review. And so yeah, there's not an absolute way to stop that, but there is a way for us to find that, and if you do and you find someone you love so much you want to take off, enjoy.
Rita, next question. Is there a matching algorithm, and can you see and bid on all jobs?
So there is a slight algorithm in the process. We are also very much a startup. And by that, I mean scrappy MVP, whereby we launched and we've grown a lot quicker than we ever thought we would. So once you select the jobs that you can do, the areas that you're in, the timings that you can do, that's the ones that it will match you to. And also the higher and the better ratings that you have, that's what it will do. You can see all jobs if you want to, but if you want to just see a few, you can also filter your search.
How do you differ yourself from Upwork, Fiverr, and other?
So we are in person and gig economy first, whereby we launched to be in the hospitality space. Like I mentioned, I grew up being called and ruining every single birthday, graduation event, etc., to work at my parents' restaurants and hotels. And I realized even though they've been in it for 4 generations, they still struggled to find staff that will show up, have the right to work, identity verified, and actually could do the job and leave without any of the hassle. So that's our kind of main thing. I think those platforms mentioned are more so online. So we launched for that, and then we very much developed, and 97% of the businesses that signed up on Pioneering People are all inbound. They've heard of us through word of mouth, etc. And our fees are fantastic. They're 12% for businesses, and we don't charge workers anything. So if you've used those platforms, you know they take about 25 to 35% from you. We don't take anything because we really stick by our social good mission.
And just a quick one. Is there a limit for working hours?
So there's a minimum, which we spoke about last night, which is 3 hours to respect the worker. I've worked for agencies in the past where I signed up for a 6-hour shift and they shooed me away after 2 hours and only paid me for those 2 hours, where I put in more money buying the clothes and actually traveling there than what I was getting paid for. So there's not a maximum, but there is a minimum. Obviously, we don't get anything over kind of regulatory hours. So people can't work more than about 45 hours. But again, it's completely up to them, the flexibility and the way that they get paid.
Thank you, Rita. Thank you, everyone. Okay, now is the time. There was really great questions. So if you can help us, I get it. Did you get it? Would you use it? Would you invest in it? And would you recommend it to a friend? Please, please, please do vote. This would really help us. Just gonna give a few more seconds and then we're off to the next one.
Just give you a few more moments, everyone. Shall I just test the sound? Can everyone hear me? Yep.
Right. Who's ready for our next demo? Yeah. Hey, Zillah, take it away.
Hello, everyone. I am Zillah Watson, and over there is my co-founder, Katie. And together we founded Phase Space to transform support for adolescent and student mental health. We're using VR to supercharge relaxation so that you can feel better in minutes. And it's all been developed with students at City St George's. So we don't know anyone with teenage children who hasn't experienced the mental health epidemic to some extent. It's derailing education and holding young people back from fulfilling their dreams. And if you're lucky enough to get support, it's often too little, too late. There'll never be enough therapists to support all these young people. So we need to find new and better solutions. So Phase Space is really simple. It's fast relief when it's needed, no waiting lists, and it has real lasting impact. It's easy, it's really effective, and it's evidence-based, and it takes 7 minutes to feel much better. And we're using virtual reality because it's the only way to bring that fast change in minutes with long-lasting effects. And that's all backed by years of research. But we found that existing VR solutions just fail to utilize the full therapeutic potential of this exciting technology. So this is the point when I should be starting a demo, but it's really hard with VR to give a demo that the rest of you can enjoy. If you're being eaten by sharks in VR, which is very exciting, it might be quite entertaining, but actually watching someone relax and calm down is going to be like paint drying. So what we've done is we've given a few people here an opportunity to see it, and you can all come and try it later. But I can promise you, when I put this on really stressed students, when we were designing and testing this in Tooting at St George's, we saw instant benefits where their shoulders calmed down, they could breathe, they could speak again. So that's what we're trying to do. And our proprietary content really harmonizes visuals and music and guidance for maximum impact. So it really supercharges that process. So, why are we doing this now? We've got affordable technology now in VR. The headsets that you're seeing here are £279 if you go and buy one. And it's really come on so far. And there's a real market opportunity. Meta, for instance, have just started an education platform and are really pushing into education. So it's the perfect time to get this technology out and used with the right sort of content. Why us? Well, Katie and I are both industry leaders in virtual reality and immersive tech. I used to run virtual reality at the BBC, and I'm an honorary professor of virtual reality at UCL. And Katie's had years of experience in gaming, film, and immersive tech. And we've brought together a brilliant multidisciplinary team, including a psychiatrist who is at St George's and a brilliant therapist who's helped us design this content. So what do we need from you now? Well, first of all, if you've got ideas and contacts in schools and universities to help us get this used, we'd love to hear from you. But as a result of our research partnership with City St George's, we're really pushing forward with fundraising. We've had a randomized control. We know our product is safe and works, and we've tested it across different markets with data from over 600 users. We've got the partnerships and networks in place to really start to grow things. So we're fundraising now so we can get our big VR education app on the store so that people can start to use it and push forward our sales. And we're really excited to be at this point creating a high growth business that's satisfying a real need with something that just works. And in doing so, we'll help young people live happier and healthy lives and achieve their potential. Thank you very much. So, Katie's going to come out. As they're enjoying it, we'll give them a few more minutes to get to the end. Oh, yeah.
You get to the end.
Oh, sorry.
No, you can't get to the end.
You can take the headset off.
Katie's going to come up with
back. Yeah, I
too.
think come and answer some questions.
One of our panelists has actually tried it.
Oh, yeah.
We got a question from the panel. Oh, Mark.
How are you going to charge for this outside of the headset? What's the model to go to market?
So
Where we're starting now, as I think I said about a month ago, we're sort of at the frictionless but unscalable point of offering preloaded headsets to schools. So you buy a case of two. Really interestingly, we're not selling to IT departments. We're not suggesting you need one for every member of class. This is a wellbeing or Senko lead. 2 headsets, give them to the people who need them. We understand how it's used and we get the data from there. With Meta for Education, Pico also have an education platform. We'd be offering a direct digital subscription to schools already. So we're trying to start small, scale to the schools that have VR. I think in the UK, that's probably about 10%. In the US, it's much higher. It's about 30%. But we're also looking to offer an at-home use for parents because that's a huge market. The money people are willing to pay to support their children's mental health. We were just looking in comparison for home tutoring, 6 billion the UK spends on private tutoring. So we think some of that market's it's ready to go to.
It was awesome as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very relaxed now, aren't you? What about you? Are you relaxed?
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm to everyone that it's really, really nice. Anybody you want to invest.
That's as good a live demo, I think, as you can get for VR.
And you can all have a go later.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We'll go and try it out later. We've got our first question from the audience. How do you ensure safety and well-being, e.g. someone who is in crisis using the technology and may not have the support around them that they need?
I think that's why we're selling into schools first, because there are strong safeguarding systems in schools to ensure that everyone is fully supported, and we wouldn't want that to be in any other place. That's also the case with universities, and so we're really excited that City St George's is going to be doing a sort of university scale pilot from September and trying it in different areas to really understand that. But that's why our product starts in schools, so it's in an environment where there will be additional support for those that really need it.
Our positioning is also that there's really, you only get help at the moment if you're in crisis. This is a way to sort of bring all of that support upstream, so hopefully you don't reach it. Counsellors and therapists in schools are massively overwhelmed, and you're never going to have enough, as Zillah says, to service them. They need to be focusing on those that are in crisis, that need the help. This is something a teacher, a teaching assistant, a Senko lead can deliver. It's incredibly low risk and is really easy to use.
Great. We've got another question. What's your business model? Subscription?
Yes, so it is subscription, initially B2B subscriptions into schools and universities, and then eventually we will launch a consumer app aimed at parents being able to then provide it for their children.
Next one, isn't buying a VR headset a big barrier to entry?
Well, lots of people, how many people here already have a VR headset at home or know somebody that does? Right, not that many, but as I said, I mean, these are £279 now. The price has come down enormously. Meta had a huge advertising campaign last Christmas. I mean, as this technology gets cheaper and better, we're all going to be using it in different ways. And mental health is a really brilliant use case where it really adds something you can't do in other ways. And for a school to be buying a headset that can be used like by lots of people is very affordable.
Yeah, we've checked our pricing, but also, I mean, immersive technology has been up and down, but it's not going away. There's way too much invested at very high levels to ensure that our next evolution of computing is wearable. We won't always be in completely encased big clunky headsets. It's going to be more likely like these, but we're going to evolve with that.
Next question. This is fantastic. Can you tell us about your IP?
Yes, well, we own all our IP for content. It is software that we have developed. We've protected it in every way possible with design protection. And it's also covered by copyright, and we're also exploring the possibility of patents for future protection of some of our processes.
Yeah,
I've got time for one more question. Yeah, one.
Yeah.
What was the feedback of users, and why do you think they would pay the price for occasional use?
Users or customers?
Well, users might be pupils in a school.
Yeah.
To sell it to head teachers, what we're telling them is that it will save staff time because of time spent sort of reorganising assessments and things like that, because people are missing them because of anxiety. And it will help them achieve what schools are measured on: attendance, and exam results, and it will help them achieve both of those things by having happier, more content and more able and more resilient students. So that's what we would sell into the schools. And then you've got a different, your users might be different from your buyers in this case.
But the best feedback we're getting is from the teachers is that the kids in their school really enjoy it and want to do it and come back to it. And there is nothing else out there that they have that response from. Journaling, meditation, mindfulness, breathing gets dropped like a stone.
And boys will do it too. And interestingly, we found that in our study at that was St George's as was, that the ethics committee said, oh, only women will come forward for this, won't they? And it wasn't the case at all, because we talked about exam stress and helping manage resilience and things like that. We had plenty of men both support us in our design period, but also come and take part in the trial with 100 students.
Right, big round of applause. Yeah. If you've got any questions, do find them after you can ask. Give you a little bit of time to vote, everyone.
Being our live guinea pigs. Thank you.
This one.
So guys, do you get it? Would you use it? Would you invest in it? And would you recommend it to a friend? Again, all your votes and all your feedback is very, very, very helpful. So the next one, welcome, Robin. Tell us a little bit what Pravi is doing for the foundation.
Thank you. Thank you, Anna. Oh, definitely. What do you care about? Do you care about preserving the rainforest?
Yeah.
Good. Do you care about youth mental health?
Yeah.
Or do you care about, let's say, supporting people who've been through a brain hemorrhage? Whatever cause you care about, I can guarantee that there is a small charity working tirelessly to solve this issue, and you've probably never heard of them. In the UK, the top 1% of charities receive 65% of all donations. These are the charities you've heard of: the Red Cross, Greenpeace. But the rest are fundraising in the dark. They're relying on grants and trusts and corporates, but that money is competitive and it is reducing. And what they want is the support of passionate individuals who want to donate to their cause. And this is why we have developed Pravi. Pravi gives charities of any size the data insights and AI tools they need to grow their audience online and find new donors. Now, I'm going to jump into a demo in a second, but just so you know that we're not messing around. Our technology, our research and development was funded by Innovate UK Smart Grant, and we've just received our SEIS £250,000 investment from Jensen Ventures. We are raising another 250. We have 5 paying customers as of last month when we launched. And we have 12 customers currently on a 28-day trial. So now I'm going to jump into my demo. Hope everything works so I can show you what Pravi does. So in order to understand what Pravi does, I have to put you in the mindset of the user. So imagine you are a fundraiser of a very small charity, one of those causes that you cared about in the beginning. So imagine you are responsible for all the money that that charity raises. If they don't raise money, they can't do the good work. You're responsible for updating all the social media. You're responsible for updating the website, running events, applying for grants. That all falls on you, and you're usually just one person. So what Pravi does is it gives charities who don't have their own donor data access to data insights about the type of person who's most likely to support their cause. So we have purchased a huge data set of anonymous transaction records, which shows us the type of people who donate to different types of causes. So for this demo, I'm going to show you the environmental conservation, and this gives me a donor persona. So this gives a small charity the idea of the type of person who's most likely to donate, so that when they're creating fundraising events, when they're creating content online, when they're deciding what platforms to post on, they have someone in mind. Because we all know that if you talk to everyone, you speak to no one. So this is the donor persona that Pravi creates, and this is really the outcome of our research and development grant that was funded by Innovate UK. Behind here, I give the user access to the actual data, so they can see the types of people who donate to environmental conservation charities. We also build out this profile with predictions about how much someone's going to donate and other information about the type of channels and communication things they prefer. Once I've created my donor persona, Pravi gives them a very simple donor journey or marketing funnel as a step-by-step plan of how to reach more of these people online. So most of the people that are fundraising for a small charity don't have training in marketing or social media. And this is dynamic, so this funnel will update depending on the type of person who is your ideal donor. So if it was a man aged 55 to 60, the top part of the funnel would probably be LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. So all the parts of the funnel are linked so we can give the user information about the different platforms, and every single one is linked to a chatbot. So what the chatbot will do is it takes information about your charity, which you give it when you sign up to Pravi. My demo charity here is called Save the Trees, and we're doing environmental conservation. You answer a few questions when you sign up to Pravi, and that informs the chatbot. The chatbot also takes information about your ideal donors. So for me, it's those women aged 25 to 29. And we've also prompted it in the back end to specifically focus on best practice for charity fundraising and individual donors. So all the parts of the funnel here are linked, so we can also get Pravi to help me create lead captures like webinars or ebooks or downloads. It can help me create email sequences, and it can also help me with planning my fundraising campaigns. So all of these will open into chatbots that can be saved by the user, and they can come back to these and revisit them. And then we also have a social media scheduler. So once they finish creating their content, they can connect their social media accounts to Pravi. And this part works like any social media scheduler that you'll have seen before. You can create content, you can schedule it across your various platforms, you can track your analytics, and you can see what's working. So this is what we currently have available on the platform. As I said, very new and available for small charities. It's a £20 a month subscription at the moment. What we're going to do is build up a SaaS model with different tiers, with a higher price for higher tiers, and we're going to build out tools for all levels of the funnel. So at the moment, we're building something very simple that's going to help those fundraisers in small charities. What we're going to do is also build out tools all down the funnel. So tools to help you with paid advertising so you can reach more people in social media, tools to help you with email sequences, tools to help you plan your fundraising events so you can grow your charity and reach more donors. Thank you.
The first question goes to Christina.
I love you guys.
Hi, Christina.
It's so brilliant. So I have lots of questions, but I think, I guess first one is, how do you attract your customers?
Yeah.
What is your tactic?
So the primary tactic is basically the founder-led brand. And so I am very focused on building my founder profile on LinkedIn. And that's been really successful for us in terms of generating organic content and also through word of mouth. What we're doing now that we have some funding is we're kind of doubling down on that and putting some money behind LinkedIn. So we're testing different types of LinkedIn advertising, LinkedIn lead capture. And we've also been running some really successful Dripify campaigns, where Dripify can find people working in the charity sector and send them a series like a connection request and then some follow-up messages. And that's been really successful as well. So really focusing on LinkedIn first of all. But I also find my working theory is that basically everyone knows one person that works for a charity. There are 200,000 charities registered in the UK, and people are always really generous about making introductions for us as well. And that really works because you get that trust straight away.
Amazing. Thanks.
So where do you get your data from and how often is it updated, Robin?
Yeah, great question. So we purchased an anonymous data set from ClearScore. So ClearScore is the credit checking service. This data is usually purchased by like banks, insurers, and hedge funds to help them make their products better. It's available for anyone to buy if we have a spare £15,000. So the data we have currently ends at 2023, and we're looking to refresh the data. You get another data set and then you can process that. But what we want to do kind of moving forward so we don't have to keep buying more data is actually as we gain users, we'll create API connections where we can process anonymous data from our users with their permission. And then that's how the data set grows over time. We can make better predictions.
What's the benefit of building your own social media schedule compared to the tools that already exist, Robin?
Yeah, no, great question. So the idea, and I will say currently in the platform, is not the seamless experience that we envisage. But what we want to see happen is you have your donor persona, you have the chatbot that's creating content about your charity for your donor, and then that will seamlessly go into a scheduler. So actually for the user, they can just use Pravi to plan all of their fundraising campaigns, all of their donor acquisition campaigns on social media. At the moment, it's kind of a bit separate while we develop it, but what we want it to be is Pravi to be the go-to tool that fundraisers can do the whole job from.
Thank you. I think we have some technical challenges because there is what's your TAM and how do you break it down?
Oh gosh, this is now I'm in the numbers.
600,660.
This is my co-founder, Jeremy, who's better at the numbers than me.
Say it again, Jeremy.
Total non-profit expenditure globally in the rich world is about 6 trillion. About 10% of those budgets are spent on fundraising, which is 600 billion, and about between 5 and 15% of that, so averaging at 10% of that 600 billion is spent on digital fundraising. So the annual TAM is about 60 billion USD.
And just so I couldn't remember all those numbers. So thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy. And last one, how does the data inside provided differ from just asking ChatGPT?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what we find is that the kind of assumptions that people make about who their donors are actually like kind of the generic information is often not what we see in the data. So charities often think that their data and that their donors are older people, and they will tell us that they'll be like, I have 5 donors and they're all in their 60s. And so what we're seeing from this data is actually there's lots of people making donations from younger demographics and getting some surprising results. So what we want to do is give charities these insights to say, actually, your current donors might be, for example, older people, but actually younger people are really engaged in this cause as well. And that's where we see the benefit of the data insights.
Thank you, Robin. And thank you,
you.
Jeremy. We need some voting. Do you get it? Would you use it? Would you invest in it? And would you recommend it to your friends? Again, your participation is very key. So thank you for that. Over to you, Matt.
Good to go. Just give you a few more seconds. Right, time for our next demo. Welcome to the stage, Liam.
Hello, everyone. My name is Liam. I am the CEO and founder of Student Venture, a student recruitment revolution changing the way industry hires young talent on the mission to become a LinkedIn for students. So our ask today is to speak with employers who are looking to improve how they hire and to connect with the next generation of talent. So 1,474. This is the number of students that applied for a job that we posted a week ago. This is a huge number. So you've got students thinking, how am I going to get a job after university when you've got that much competition? And then you've got companies thinking, how are we going to find the best talent out of that many students? So when there's a problem, there's a solution. So Student Venture. So our platform helps companies engage and develop relationships with students through events, mentorships, and projects. We help them recruit using more effective tools, and we help them analyze this data. We've partnered with Uni Days, so that gives us access to 30 million students and graduates worldwide, from the US to Australia to all of Asia, and that's in 115 different markets. So these are pivotal in our way to scale, and we've partnered with them to help us do that. So I spoke here a couple of months ago about student venture, and since then we've been working on some new features to help employers recruit more effectively and for students to become the graduate that gets a job. So we've developed a resourcer that never sleeps. So using AI, we can save companies hundreds of hours assessing all of these CVs. So with no bias and more effectively, we can rank these CVs based on culture, team dynamics, job description, GitHub activity, and even social media, rank the students out of 10, and then allow companies to hire the best student quick and without any bias. Number 2, interviewing takes a long time for the student and for the employer. So through our platform, a company just sends a video request, the student does the interview in 2 minutes, and then the company can see if that student's right for them. So let me go next. Why Student Venture? I'm the founder, our non-executive director. He's an executive founder and helping with the PR and branding. Yanis, our software developer, he's built the app and the platform in like 6 months. And then we've got Uni Days as well that gives us access to so many students worldwide. Why now? Well, more students are going to university. It's getting more and more difficult. Year on year, it's going to get worse and worse. There needs to be a solution, and we're the solution to solve that. Just a little demo of our platform. So a student creates an account and they will be matched to jobs, projects, and events based on their degree and what they want to do. So you've got your projects, your jobs, projects, your events. You can explore different industries and explore different jobs there. So if a company or a student wants to apply for this role, for example, they then apply now. They can put their questions and put their CV in. The company will then use our AI tools to analyze these CVs and hire the best student. And so our mission really is to always provide students experience related to their degree and to really help the student. On that journey, we're also helping the employer find the best candidates through these tools that we're creating. But that's Student Venture. And that's it. Thank you.
Round of applause. We'll take our first question from the panel. They're fighting over it.
I was interested to know, how do you know it's without bias?
So we're working with a team of PhD researchers from Imperial and CERN engineers, and we've built a tool working with them that analyzes these CVs with the aim of getting rid of as much bias as possible. That's a work in progress, of course, but if you're looking through 1,500 CVs, you might have energy to do the first 15, but after that, you're not looking at them CVs as effectively as you would do for the first 15. So with this, it is a lot more effective than just a human doing it, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I do quite a lot of recruiting, and I'm not at all arguing about the effectiveness, but I think there's a danger, whatever panel you've selected to check for bias,
Of course,
may not realise they're inbuilt
So I
bias.
guess getting rid of gender on the CV, where they're from, maybe the university that they go to, and just looking at their degree and some of their experience. That's how we would go about it, working with that team.
Thank you.
Take an audience question. Is it essentially putting a CV into OpenAI API with a prompt?
No. So what I would say is we move very quickly. So what we've done is in 6 months' time, in 6 months. This is working with AI researchers from Imperial University. They are the ones that are building this, and they dedicate their entire lives while building the AI to analyze the CVs. I don't know too much personally. They're the guys that do all of this, but yeah, it's not open AI with prompts.
Okay. How do you take the bias out? Which was your question, yeah. If you are already having 1,700 job applications to one job post, how do you plan to spread these applications more thinly by making job applications easier? Won't the problem continue?
So with that, what we're trying to do is make these opportunities more seamless as well. So a company will go onto our platform, they pay a subscription fee, right? And they don't just post jobs, we incentivize them to do projects, events, to really engage with these students, even mentorships. So our aim is to try and increase the number of opportunities for the students. The problem is going to get worse and worse and worse. But what we see is that a student using Student Venture is in a better place than if they weren't. And so we want to be the best company in the market, helping these students get jobs, even though this problem will persist and continue.
Okay, great. Have we got any questions from the audience? We've got another one on the screen. Good concept. How many got hired from 1474? One.
Yeah.
Any questions from the audience? I've got a hand up over there. I'm not sure I can get the mic.
Sounds like a really good and interesting business. With the video side of things, I just wondered how that caters to people that maybe aren't able to do videos and how that kind of, reduces the bias and makes it open to all individuals that are candidates.
So I would say, who wouldn't be able to do a video? That's just a part of the interview or the process of getting a job. Is generally you do a CV and then an interview. If they couldn't do a video, then we would probably work around that and maybe do a Zoom meeting potentially, or try and get them to do an in-person meeting. But yeah, we would try our best to try and work around that, I guess.
Cool. We've got a question over here.
Yeah, I guess I'm just expanding on that question that was before, but how easy would it be for me? If I went on Indeed or LinkedIn, I could spam apply to sort of 1,000 job applications in one day. Is there anything you're doing to stop me doing that, or how are you solving that?
Yeah, so there's two ways we can go about this. And obviously we're trying to work out what is the best way. Potentially we do like 5 applications a day. That's something that we're looking into, just so we increase the quality of each match. Because that is a big problem in the market, that like a student will just go on every single job board and apply for 1,000 jobs in a day. It is a problem, and that is something we're trying to do. And hopefully from doing that, we can reduce this number by at least a quarter and already improve the candidates for that employer right away. So yeah, we probably will implement that. Thank you.
Got one quick last question here.
Afraid it's 2 questions from me. Sorry. So first of all, it'd be really interesting to know how you got the partnership with Uni Days. Like, I think from a distribution perspective, that's great. Like, congratulations, and how that works. And then I'm curious as to why you need to scan the social media profiles of the candidates. So please tell us.
So Uni Days came about from the network that I have. I got introduced via my cousin who knew the director at Uni Days. We jumped on a meeting, and what Uni Days have seen and what they're pushing is earning and learning. So to help these students gain experience whilst they're at university, this is something that students really need. And so they were on board with this mission from day one. So this partnership has really helped, because now we have access to 30 million students, and that really can help us scale very, very quickly and access. So we're on Uni Days at the moment, and we can do email campaigns. We can utilize their students. If we're trying to hire for a specific, hyper-specific role, they can then help us find these candidates as well. So this partnership has been very, very helpful for what we're doing. The second one is there's two stages of our process, really. We can analyze the CV if the company wants to go even further, and we haven't, but we have the tools to analyze LinkedIn, Instagram. We can analyze everything that they're doing. We haven't gone down that path yet, but it's something that companies will be doing and something we can do, but haven't yet. It's kind of scary, I guess, but yeah.
Big round of applause, everyone.
Again, do you get it? Would you use it? Would you invest in it? Would you recommend it to a friend? Okay, so we are here, and this will be probably our last demo. So just raise your hand if you usually like to take videos for personal or professional use and post it on social media. Okay, there's some people there. So I think this solution could be for you. Over to you, Sahil.
Hey, am I audible? Yeah. Great. Hi, everyone. My name is Sahil. I'm the founder of Deeprel. So before I start, can anyone give me a topic for making a video? I will do a demo while I give a presentation. The question is, can you give me a topic for a video?
Alien invasion and
Awesome topic. Alien invasion. Alien invasion.
Yes, predator.
Alien invasion what? Anything?
Yes, predator.
Oh, Asian versus Pacific.
On the movie, okay. Alien invasion, anything about alien invasion? Okay. Alien invasion powered, AI powered alien invasion. How about that? Right? Nope. AI powered alien invasion. Cool. Any additional information, something that you'd like to see in the video, or just, okay, fine. Let's just.
Shapes of squids.
In the shape of squids. Mixture.
In London.
Oh, great. Okay. Squid shaped aliens in London. Okay. All right. Any choice of what type of visuals you want? Maybe cyberpunk? Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, no, that's good. All right. I'll choose myself as the narrator. All right. So whilst this is happening, I'm Sahil. It will take about a couple of minutes. So I'm Sahil. I'm the founder of Deeprel. We are the simplest way to make videos, period. So basically, typical video creation takes a lot of planning, script writing, research, then filming, dressing up, doing a makeup, looking presentable, doing lots of takes, forgetting your lines, redoing it, then editing, taking it into like Adobe Premiere Pro, all sorts of complex tools. And this entire process takes days to weeks, right? Typically. And now we have all of these amazing AI tools, right? That is supposed to make life so much easier for us. We have ChatGPT that does all the script writing for us. We have avatar companies that can help us create lifelike AI avatars. We have Canva, we have CapCut, all of these video creation tools. But it still takes hours to days to get a right video. And even then, you need to know how to, you need to know a little bit about how to make what makes a good quality video. Even from ChatGPT, you need to know what is a hook, how to bring people into a video, what kind of videos would perform better versus what kind of videos would not perform well on social media. And these are all things that you need skill and experience and expertise for. So what we do is we work with mainly businesses to allow small to mid-sized businesses make high quality, professional looking videos quickly, easily, without having any need for skills or experience in video generation. So while this is loading, Pravi, you were making a nice, you gave a nice talk about helping charities make content easily. So while I was sat there and listening to you, I decided to make a video about a charity called Save the Tree, not Save the Trees, Trees for Cities. Sorry, Trees for Cities. I tried Googling Save the Trees, but I couldn't find them. So I just. Okay, so I just found a charity called Trees for Cities. And this is the video I generated just now.
Did you know that for every $1 spent on urban trees, our communities save $7 in healthcare, energy, and environmental costs? That's the incredible power of street trees, and we're here to make it happen. We're Trees for Streets, a national charity with an ambitious goal: planting 250,000 new street trees across the UK in the next decade. We're transforming urban spaces, making our neighbourhoods greener, healthier, and more beautiful for everyone. Through our unique sponsorship scheme, we're connecting residents, councils, and businesses to make tree planting happen.
So how did I do this? It was quite straightforward for me. I just went here and I chose link to video. I copied the URL of the charity website. I pasted it here and I said, make a video for my charity and give an overview of what we do. That's it. And I chose a voiceover instead of AI avatar. You can choose an AI avatar. So you can make your own AI avatar by cloning your own face and voice. And you can essentially make videos in minutes. So let's see if we have, yes, we have our video ready. So let's see if we have, let's try this. So you can choose designs. We give you a bunch of designs to choose from. Everything is customizable, from the script to the video titles to the images. But let's see what it does.
What if I told you that right now, above London's skyline, 30-meter-long AI-powered squid beings are hovering over Big Ben? This isn't science fiction. It's happening as we speak. These aren't your typical aliens. They're biomechanical creatures with quantum computing brains far beyond anything we've ever seen. Their translucent bodies pulse with visible data streams, creating an otherworldly light show across London's night sky. Here's the mind-blowing part. They're all connected through a single AI consciousness. Our traditional defense systems, completely useless against this level of technology. They're communicating through light patterns and electromagnetic pulses that we're only beginning to understand. If you want to stay updated on this unprecedented event, hit follow now. I'm tracking these beings' movements and will share real-time updates as this situation unfolds.
Give it a round of applause. Give it a round of applause. Really, really good. And thank you, everyone. So the first question will go to you.
Thank you, Sahil, for your presentation and demo, well, 2 demos, I should say. Quick question. Well, I've got 2 questions for you. First of all, as an end user, is there a cost to obviously, and how much is it?
Yeah, cost is quite reasonable. Plans start at $25 a month, and you can generate about 10 minutes of content in it. So about quite affordable, like $2 a minute.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. And my second question is, as AI and technology advances and improves, where do you see this going in the future, or short-term future, I guess?
I mean, I think video generation is typically a very, very hard or difficult thing to do. And which is why you see like AI videos are becoming, the AI video adoption is growing a lot. There are lots of companies in the space too. Typically, video has been reserved for movies and high-budget movies, cinema. That's how we started, and that was simply because you needed so much like production expertise to make content. And I think with AI, we are just seeing that we're starting to democratize like that access and for the ability for anyone to be able to make content easily. Our job is to allow people to communicate what they do, build their, communicate their, like make videos about their businesses, do video SEO, and to do that cheaply, easily, and effectively. And hopefully this will allow businesses to grow their social media presence, get customers, and grow.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
So question, what is the underlying video model you're using?
So for AI avatars, we have our own our proprietary AI video model, which we developed over like 2 years. What we are now, so the demo that you saw is essentially we are using an agentic framework. So we have 5 or 6 different agents that are working behind the scenes to generate a complete video. So we have script writing, storyboarding, image and visual search, music, captioning, all of these are happening behind the scenes automatically.
And how many clients have you tested the Deeprel on?
So we launched 18 months ago. We have had about 250,000 people sign up and make videos on Deeprel. We are, so the demo that you just saw is actually not released yet. So we have completely rebranded and completely redone our entire platform from scratch over the last 2 months. And we're going to be releasing that to our customers. I was wanting to do it today, but maybe Friday after a few tweaks and yeah, so wider public in the next 2 weeks. So hopefully getting this out to as many people as possible ASAP.
And I will do one more question, and then we have to wrap.
Aren't there a lot of competitors already? Because I mean, and this is a very upcoming thing, and I've tried making videos and it's so hard.
It is, yes. Yeah.
Aren't there competition, and how do you differentiate?
Yeah, there's actually a lot of competition in the space. To make videos, there are loads of video generation tools out there. I think what we do quite well and what very few people do is this automated video editing feature. I think there's only one company in the world that is doing it other than us, which is doing quite well. And they have raised about $150 million so far. So I think we are one of the very few people who are combining AI avatars and really high quality video editing and being able to make videos from complete scratch.
Thank you, Sahil. So again, I think that's all from our side. So would you get it? Would you use it? Would you invest? And would you recommend your friend? Please do give your feedback. And thank you so much, Sahil. And this one is really important. So please do vote. Please do vote. It's really, really important.
Okay, so the importance of this today is all of these guys have been the best of the evenings that they were on. Now this is the best of the best, so this is really for kudos, but also the winner will be invited to this one, take the stage at our Web Summit edition. They'll get a ticket to Web Summit as well, and they're going to come and be with us with that crew over there. So hopefully somebody will be very excited for him today. But whatever one you think will represent London the best, whatever one you've enjoyed the most, whatever one resonated with you the most, you can vote in there. I'm not saying somebody's day a little bit special on the vote.
So please do vote. Please do vote. And then also, your feedback is really key for how we can improve. So please do tell us what you enjoyed and what we can improve on. Also, there are some activities that when you will go outside the room, there's some pizzas over there. And there will also be some lovely people from City Ventures that can tell you a little bit more about what they are about and some other activities. So again, your feedback is really important. So please tell us how we can improve and what did you enjoy. And of course, bring for the next demo night, bring your friend and bring yourself, and we would love to host you again. Thank you so much.
Okay, well, that's going to stay live for another 7 days, so you can go out and drink all the drink, eat all the food, enjoy each other's company, and have a really lovely rest of the evening. All right. Thank you very much for being here.